Kia ora, ko Aroha Waipara Panapa tōku ingoa, no konei ahau, no Waikato maniputo. Ko tērā taho tōku pāpā, engari ka taho tōku māma no rongo whakaata Ngāti Ruapani me Ngāti Parahoki. I had been thinking for a long time that I needed to do my doctorate. And what attracted me to this was that I could continue to work full-time. I had a couple of initial concepts, and what I realised looking back is that while those concepts have shaped where I am in my doctoral studies now, they were actually really big and they were really naive, I guess, in its and the approach that I was thinking about taking with those. It's funny actually, it's taken me back to my origins. So in my professional life I'm a clinical psychologist, and one of the tensions I've always had with studying and working as a clinical psychologist is about maintaining my identity as a Māori psychologist through that work, and really pushing up against mainstream ideas of what psychology looks like and you know, about who I am as a Māori and what that brings. So my doctoral topic has brought me back to that question about identity and I guess privileging of knowledge within a psychology framework, but as delivered by a person of colour. One of the things that we did in a paper earlier this year was really start to talk about the idea of not just kaupapa Māori in terms of a methodology or an approach. As a result of a piece of work that we were doing, I was doing with my study partner at the time, we ended up talking about kaupapa tūranga waiwai and the importance of that and I guess the practices and the processes and the understandings that stemmed from being or are derived from being someone who is of the community of tūranga waiwai marae, and the historical significance of that and what that brings means going forward. The other thing that's been really has happened is a process of discussions within the class. As a number of the cohort are involved in things that are central to Waikato or the Tainui rohe. And so that conversation has really those conversations have evolved to talking about not say a Tainui-wide kaupapa, but actually bringing that down to much more specific, hapu-specific kaupapa, or as well as really understanding key issues for us like, I guess, the Raupati claim, the development of the college, how we talk about even the evolution of our reo and the reclamation of reo that is specific to Waikato. So, you know, it's not just about developing kaupapa or doctoral theses that are about something pertinent to Waikato, but the whole, I guess, the intrinsic value or the imbuing of Waikato flavour throughout all of the way that we wānanga, the way that we corded, or the way our topics develop, the relationships we form. To be honest, it was really terrifying. Having them there with what they had achieved and who they were really held us accountable. So when we were asked to give a 1 to 2 minute summary of our doctoral theses as they were at that stage, we were suddenly front and centre accountable to people that we really respected, that we had whānau or some kind of connection to. So it made us really accountable, and it meant that it was the first time realising that what we did mattered. And so we were all sitting there petrified, because it started off that we just thought we were coming and they were going to share their stories and give us words of encouragement. And suddenly it was like we were in under exam conditions, having to talk about our theses. And as each person went round, you could see the topic got tight really fast. And I was the last for that. So I had watched people give really brilliant, amazing summaries, and I was going, so it was really terrifying, but it was also really inspiring because of what they had achieved. and really humbling that they cared enough to come and see what we were doing. But it certainly made me realise about the responsibility and the accountability.